So today we'll be looking at the recent events and updates to the Sasha Banks and Bayley storyline. By now, it's beyond obvious that something is definitely boiling up between Sasha Banks and Bayley. We've been following this story for weeks now, and it's been really moving slow as of late. WWE isn't showing the massive cracks between Sasha and Bayley's friendship, but they are throwing a lot of subtle little hints that you might miss here and there. The latest development between Sasha Banks and Bayley that is quite concerning is the fact that Bayley is no longer allowing Sasha Banks to speak for herself. This situation first started off at Money in the Bank. Bayley and Sasha were stopped for a quick interview before going out to the ring, and Sasha was asked a question. But right as Sasha goes to speak, Bayley cuts her off and wraps up the interview. That was the first red flag for Bayley, putting Sasha on mute. We pointed out a lot of things that Sasha and Bayley do to each other that the usual pair of best friends would never do. One of the earlier examples of this was the moment we talked about a few weeks ago where Bayley was taken out by Lacey Evans, and all Sasha did in response was laugh at Bayley. So yeah, best friends definitely don't laugh at each other when they're getting taken out like that from someone else. You would expect the average best friend to be enraged and come to the defense of their friend, but the fact that Sasha's response was to laugh does seem a bit concerning. The next subtle hint was Bayley keeping Sasha from any sort of wins and success. During that very personal match with Lacey Evans that meant a lot to Sasha, Bayley distracted the referee, but not in a good way. Bayley distracted the referee while Sasha had Lacey Evans laid out in the middle of the ring for a long 3 count. Then we saw Sasha tell Bayley to stay out of it. But since Sasha was distracted by Bayley, Lacey was able to take advantage and attack Sasha for the win. That right there seemed to be exactly what Bayley wanted. Bayley didn't want to see Sasha win that match for whatever reason. So once again, that's another red flag. It seems Bayley just wants to keep Sasha Banks beneath her at all times. Bayley doesn't want Sasha to pick up any wins or gain any momentum because it does look like Bayley is fearful that Sasha will eventually come for the title. So Bayley is trying her best to prevent that nightmare from happening as much as she can. This is a great time to remind you to take a quick second to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the videos. A large percentage of our viewers are not even subscribed to the channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's get back into the story. That brings us to Bayley's new tactic that she's using on Sasha Banks, and that's the fact that she no longer lets Sasha speak at all. So like we mentioned before, this started at Money in the Bank and continued for several weeks of SmackDown episodes. It even happened again during a recent segment with Charlotte Flair. Bayley always seems to take charge in all of the interactions. Bayley will let Sasha say a few lines or a joke here and there during their promos, but as soon as someone personally asks Sasha a question, Bayley will interrupt nonstop and will not allow Sasha to answer the question. Charlotte did a great job of pointing this fact out on SmackDown, and Charlotte really tried her best to tap into Sasha's head and make her realize what's going on. And that's the fact that Bayley is only using her to protect her title reign. It's no longer about friendship to Bayley. She just wants to keep Sasha happy and by her side in order to protect her title reign. So we saw it at WrestleMania and now at Money in the Bank. Bayley was completely done at WrestleMania and was seconds away from losing the title to Lacey Evans, but Sasha came into the match and single-handedly won the match for Bayley. Then at Money in the Bank, we saw the same situation happen again. Bayley was completely out of it, and it really looked like we were going to see a new champion. But Sasha came in once again and helped Bayley retain. So that's 2 pay-per-views in a row that Bayley should have lost the title, but it's Sasha that's basically defending and retaining the title for Bayley. Bayley is absolutely loving it. Every time she's in trouble, Sasha saves the day and saves her title reign. It seems that more and more superstars are trying to open Sasha's eyes towards that fact. Sasha is helping Bayley out so much, and Bayley isn't doing anything at all in return. A good defending champion would say, hey, you helped in the past 2 title matches, so the least I can do is give you a title match. You've earned it. But Bayley isn't like that at all. Bayley is holding Sasha Banks back in every single way she can. Bayley doesn't even want Sasha to win a singles match on SmackDown. So do you think Bayley actually wants to give Sasha a match for the title? There's no chance at all that Bayley wants to do that. Bayley's plan is working so far. We talked about Sasha's massive losing streak over the last few weeks, and at the time of this recording, Sasha's losing streak is still intact. Sasha hasn't won a match since long before WrestleMania. So with this huge losing streak still going for her, Sasha has no momentum at all in her singles career, and her main priority is just to help Bayley retain her title. That's exactly what Bayley wants Sasha to be doing. So everything is going according to Bayley's plan so far. Hold Sasha Banks back from gaining any momentum and just use Sasha to help retain your title. That's her plan. That seems to be what's going on through Bayley's head. It's simple, but it's definitely working, and it looks like Bayley is just really playing Sasha at the moment. Maybe Sasha is helping Bayley out so much because of their long history and deep friendship, but it's clear that Bayley puts her SmackDown title first instead of her friendship with Sasha. All that is connected to why Bayley isn't letting Sasha speak to anyone. Bayley doesn't want anyone to ask Sasha Banks a question that will really make Sasha think about what's going on and make her decide to leave Bayley's side. That's why Bayley is putting Sasha on mute. Bayley doesn't want anyone to compromise the plans that she perfectly has going on right now, where Sasha will just always be there like a puppet to help Bayley keep the title. We saw Charlotte Flair kick a lot of facts at Sasha that may start to open Sasha's eyes on the situation with Bayley. Charlotte told Sasha that they were the ones who first main evented Raws and pay-per-views together. She pointed out that Sasha is a 6-time champion, so why does she just want to stay in Bayley's corner and become an afterthought? Once Bayley realized what Charlotte was saying and saw that she was probably getting through to Sasha, Bayley interrupted and cut Charlotte off. Charlotte then asked why Sasha couldn't talk, and Sasha picks up the mic only to be stopped once again by Bayley. You can see the little frustration on Sasha's face when Bayley cuts her off again and really isn't allowing her to speak at all. Bayley and Charlotte go back and forth for a few more moments, and we see Sasha just looking at the ground in the background. It really looks like Sasha was thinking about some of the things Charlotte said and taking them into consideration. This is just so much potential and set up here for their breakup. Just so many ways you can take it for Sasha and Bayley. Maybe Sasha will just snap one day and get tired of Bayley never letting her speak. Or maybe Sasha will be more low-key with the breakup and wait for a critical moment in one of Bayley's title defenses to show Bayley that she isn't helping her win the match this time around. Maybe Sasha can even cost Bayley the title, but I'm not a big fan of that idea. Having Sasha cost Bayley the title means that someone else will be champion, and we'll have Sasha versus Bayley without the title in the picture. So I think Bayley should definitely hold on to the title and let Sasha Banks do the honor of taking that title from her. It will be much better revenge for Sasha if she's the one to take the title off Bayley versus someone else doing the job. If Sasha takes the title off Bayley, then it tells the perfect story and really shows how Bayley was only the champion because of Sasha's help. Like we mentioned after WrestleMania, Sasha Banks has a lot of great material to throw in Bayley's face during a confrontational promo. Sasha is definitely going to mention how she's the reason why Bayley won at WrestleMania and at Money in the Bank. For Bayley's reaction to Sasha, it all depends on how Bayley's character is handling the situation. Is she going to try to calm Sasha down, or is she going to try and throw out all of Sasha's failures in her face as well? If Bayley is going to go full aggressive with Sasha, then Bayley will likely mention how Sasha failed to capture the Raw Women's title when she returned in 2019. So she came over to SmackDown to be Bayley's sidekick. Could definitely see Bayley saying something along those lines to make Sasha feel like she's nothing without her. But that's where the story is for the moment. We'll have to see how much longer this muted Sasha Banks will last and if Bayley will ever allow Sasha to speak for herself. We'll have to keep our eyes out for more little hints about what direction WWE is taking their breakup in. What are your thoughts on Sasha Banks and Bayley's breakup story so far? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.